Hello and good morning. It's Phil Thatch, and Heather and Casey and I are here today at the Chattanooga Zoo. Heather and I have brought our R7s and an assortment of lenses. I think we both have R100 to 500s, and I have my RF 70 to 200, and Heather has her EF 70 to 200 IS2 that she bought used. So we're going to try those out. We started out here in the chimpanzee enclosure where you have to make photos through very thick glass. All of my shots of the chimpanzee through the thick glass had lots of glare in them, so I didn't use any of mine. But Heather got this really nice up-close shot of the chimpanzee eating a leaf, and she liked it in both color, as you saw before, and also in black and white. And I liked both versions as well. Well, we came into this area which has enclosures all the way around the outside, which have all sorts of snakes and things. And in the middle, what's it called, Casey? We got a picture of this little guy, and he's really cute. And Heather and I are both using the 70 to 200 2.8s. So this, I think, is the first time Heather's used her lens. I just ran into Casey. There's Heather's lens.
Oh, glass. I'm sorry, little guy.
I wasn't happy with my photographs of the small spotted gannet, but Heather's turned out really well. Look how cute this little creature is. When we first went into the room, this snake was doing basically nothing at all, and later this bushmaster went all over its enclosure. Meanwhile, this gaboon viper was really scary looking, and it just kind of laid there solitary in the bottom of its cage. But as I mentioned, the bushmaster snake was very active for quite some time, and I made kind of a long, really up close video clip of its head as it was investigating the area near the glass in its enclosure. I thought it was really amazing to get a clip this long of the snake as it was kind of being inquisitive that morning. Well, the frogs are riding around on the snake. Meanwhile, there's a bug outside the enclosure that's driving the frogs crazy.
Just his little tongue go out.
This frog is a poison dart frog, and it rode around on the back of the bushmaster snake quite a bit that morning. And as you can see, I still made even more video footage of the bushmaster. Now he's going around and investigating the back of his enclosure instead of the glass. A video clip of the spotted turtle swimming around.
He's tracking him pretty well, even though he's pretty erratic.
Also in this building is this komodo dragon, and Heather just got the most amazing shot of it with its mouth open. Very cool. She stuck with the 70 to 200, and I had switched to the 100 to 500 to photograph the poison dart frogs, and it was a mistake. Here are Heather's two favorite pictures that she made of the komodo dragon, and what's really cool is she made these during a sequence. And look at this. Look at this. Have you ever seen a komodo dragon with its mouth open this wide? Now, Heather took 65 photographs and made them into a GIF. And here we'll see Heather's GIF that she worked very hard to put together. We'll see it as it goes through the 65 picture sequence 4 times. And my photo here is actually made during that same time as well, but I only got this one mouth position. We're in a different building now, and this one has sand cats and meerkats and fennec foxes. And Heather is having a good time. I think I might switch back to my 70 to 200. I made a few video clips in this area, just a couple, and here is the super cute meerkat as it was standing around and hanging around with its friends and climbing around its enclosure. Now, this amazing looking creature is a Mexican beaded lizard, and Heather tells me that these are venomous. So I'm really glad it was on the other side of that glass. But it was like the bushmaster snake. It was really inquisitive about the glass in the front of its enclosure this morning. And I had a nice time making video clips of it as it investigated. Here is a sand cat. Look how cute it is. This is my photo of the sand cat. We loved this thing. Its head is bigger than a regular cat, but its body's about the same size. And this is a meerkat, my photograph of a meerkat. Here is Heather's photograph of the super cute sand cat. They live in the Sahara Desert and other areas along those lines. And here are Heather's photographs of the super cute meerkats that were in the enclosure, the same area that I made a video clip of before. These are also desert dwellers, and they are really fun to watch. Very entertaining and very cute as they play around in their enclosure there at the Chattanooga Zoo. Here is an enclosure with an African crown crane that I worked forever trying to get a photograph, and it kept preening, and now that I'm making a video clip, it looks up. Here's Heather's photograph of the African crown crane. Look at the beautiful feather details she was able to capture. I went for a more up-close headshot sort of a photo of the African crown crane, and I thought both of our photos came out really nice. We found the giraffes and made way too many pictures. Did you get some giraffe pictures?
Yeah, a lot.
Here is one of my photos of the giraffe, kind of like the African crown crane. I went for headshots on the giraffe. And here is another photograph of what I would call a derpy looking giraffe sticking his tongue out. And next up are Heather's photographs of the giraffe. She did a really nice job with her colors. And look how beautiful the giraffe is. You know, if you try to get a picture of more of the giraffe than just its head, you get a lot of man-made stuff in the photograph. As you'll see in this next photograph, you got 3 giraffes in a row, and they all have a building in the background of the shot. Here's a video clip showing the giraffe from the tip of its toe all the way up past its amazing neck and to its derpy little face. What a cutie there at the Chattanooga Zoo. We arrived at the coyote enclosure right while they were feeding them. It was really cool. They were feeding them chickens. Check out these photos. Here is the coyote with the chicken it's eating. The keeper just throws the chickens over the fence and sometimes pokes them through the fence, and the coyotes have themselves a feast. Here's Heather's photograph. She made this beautiful photograph, kind of a headshot of the coyote, and she liked it in color, and she also thought it looked pretty in black and white, and so did I. So we've shared the black and white and the color version of this shot in the video. Now look at this. Here is Heather. She is the super pro wildlife photographer with her Canon 70-200 2.8. And by this time we've moved into the area where the peacocks were. And here is a beautiful kind of a head and neck shot of the peacock. And here's Heather's peacock shot. And in this one, you can see it has its tail up and on display. Here's another photograph that Heather made of the beautiful male peacock there. And the peacocks just kind of wander around all over the Chattanooga Zoo. Now, right across from the peacocks, there was this deer, and it was just kind of hanging around in a water feature with its unusual looking antlers, taking itself a drink and just enjoying the day. It was pretty hot that day, so I don't blame him for hanging around in the water. Beautiful deer, just right across from where we saw the peacocks. Here's a short video clip I made of the peacock, and you can see, you know, they're interesting to watch. They have all sorts of interesting movements that they do, so I thought a video clip would help show that. And this guy did his full display for a long time, and the majority of the time he had his backside to us, and then he turned around and we got to see the front, and then he said, okay, show's over, and turned off his display. As we made our way back across the zoo, we went back past the African crown crane, and here is a photograph that I made, and here is a photograph that Heather made on our second visit to the African crown crane area there at the Chattanooga Zoo. We made it to the primate area with the cotton-top tamarin and Joffrey's marmoset and others, golden lion, lots of interesting, very small primates. A lot of glare here, hard to get a shot. It's either glare or you're shooting through really small chain link fence. Both are difficult. Here in this marmoset, you get to kind of have the full emotion of the zoo. You know, we love to go to the zoo and We love to see the animals that we might not see anyplace else, but it's not lost on us that these animals are kept captive in the zoo against their will, and now we'll lighten the mood.
What you doing there, guy? Does that fence taste good? You like the flavor of that fence?
Here are Heather's photographs of first the golden lion tamarin. I didn't get a good shot of this guy. There was a lot of glare that Heather was able to work around. And here is Heather's photograph of a cotton top tamarin, which I didn't photograph for the same reason as the golden lion. And here is the capybara, which I made a video clip of because I liked the way its ears were wiggling. I thought that was really cute there in its enclosure. And here is a jaguar, which I thought was really beautiful. Very thick glass. I got lucky and was able to make a couple of shots without too much glare. Here's another photograph of the jaguar. This is from a long way away. It's a 200mm shot and heavily cropped, but still a pretty good bit of detail. These black-handed spider monkeys are one of my favorites. Very photogenic. These things are so photogenic. Look at this guy just chilling and posing for me as he's sitting there on the shelf in his enclosure. All right, as you do at most places, we are exiting through the gift shop. Thanks for joining us for this little photography adventure at the Chattanooga Zoo using mostly 70 to 200 lenses, both the RF and the EF IS2. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.